All right, everybody, welcome in as we finally get rolling. Boy, 2 days in a row. This is great.
2 for 2.
2 for 2 on post 8 o'clock, and I sincerely apologize. It's one of those weeks where sometimes you just need to take off.
You're like, let's just restart.
Yeah. See, we haven't been in the headsets in so long. Taylor has forgotten the adjustment of the microphone. There you go. Okay, see?
I still feel special in a headset, so this is a big deal for me.
I feel like I'm about to go fly a plane.
Yes, Darren is here. Darren Grant, Taylor Chandler. Thank y'all for hanging out with us this morning. I walked in and the communication train somehow had fallen off the tracks, and I didn't realize I was getting windows replaced in the studio this morning.
Are we still going to be able to see the cats?
Yeah. Well, yes, I've put a lot of catnip on the back fence.
Okay. All right. Priorities. I got to see the cats.
Yeah. So we're on today, and we're back in the old studio. Welcome back to. And I feel bad. Darren never got a chance to be in the new studio.
You know, I brought special hair ties and everything
I
for
saw.
my little ponytail, and then because you shoot from the back and.
I mean,
I
you
don't
can
get to
always
make
do a
it.
little fashion show.
I mean, I could. I don't know. I don't know if my neck turns quite
Yeah,
quite
that's
that
fair.
much.
I'm glad that we had the backup studio, so I was scrambling to run equipment in here and all that. And but we are here, and welcome
we are
in, everybody.
Here, we are healthy, and we have a friend.
Well, semi-healthy, but yeah, we have a great friend, 2 great friends. So we're rocking and rolling this
I feel
morning.
like unhealthy is your healthy. Like your new normal. That's your new norm.
What is that? The orange is the new black or whatever?
Yeah. Like you're maintaining.
Yeah. So unhealthy is healthy. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's
I'm
not
trying.
at all. It is a good morning, though. So welcome in, guys. Good to see y'all.
It's great to be here.
Yeah. Thank y'all for hanging out today.
Wait, 2 for 2. It's Wednesday.
I know, but yesterday we had
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm like, wait a second. My math wasn't mathing.
Yesterday was Murphy's Law, that everything that could happen, well, not everything that could, because there's a lot that could happen, Darren. And there's a ton, Taylor, that could happen.
Well, my favorite law is Sutton's Law.
What is Sutton?
Oh, I've heard of this, but I don't remember what it is.
What is
It's if you hear horses, assume horses, not zebras.
Sutton.
Okay, that is a good law. I had not heard of that. I thought I had. That is a good law.
It sounded like Sutton may have been on a little mule. If we're going back to our previous conversation, the mule. Sutton was on the
He had
mule.
a good creative. Well, because I had I have had a horse named Murphy from Murphy's Law.
Okay.
And then when I got another one, I was like, let's find another law. And so I was like scrolling through.
You were searching laws.
I was searching laws. So.
I just learned of a law last week, and oh goodness, I'm not sure I can remember
You
this.
learned
so
it.
I shouldn't. Yes. Oh. Well, it's gone.
It's there. And
It's
then poof.
Anyway.
The law has
Left the building.
It went lawless.
Lawless.
Hey, we do want to welcome all of you in. Thanks for hanging out with us here. Boy, is that – see, you see what I'm saying? Look, you see this? Look. Ole – it's reversed. The sign is reversed on the screen.
Well, it's –
No. See, this is what happens. This is the fun part of the show.
I'm
Darren.
glad you noticed.
There we go. Look at that.
Wow. Oh, so everything is –
Computers can do everything.
Yeah. Man. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Everything is backwards
I'm like, no, it says
today.
hello Huntsville. And I'm like, oh.
No, I was reading it backwards. I was like, Ola. It's like some sort of weird German.
That's not bad. That sounds more like Hebrew to me.
There is a
Yeah,
gentleman
that's-
on TikTok that if you tell him something, he can say it backwards. He's like that type of
What?
Like that is his autistic superpower. Is he can
What?
like hear something and then like say
does
it.
that.
And I was like, man.
Well, you
that's
should
great.
play Stairway to Heaven and then they play it backwards with all the.
Oh, I've heard that before.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't think it's really a thing.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
The AI probably has manipulated things these days.
Well, this guy is not manipulated. He is the real deal.
There you go.
He does it. Well, hey, we do want to welcome you in episode 691 as we get rocking and rolling here on this wonderful Wednesday. Big thank you to Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com for all of your jewelry needs. And also, of course, Walker County Federal Credit Union. Taylor Chandler joining us as always. Darren Grant joining us with our one segment that I just love. We get to do this once a quarter. It's our Nooks and Crannies segment.
It's already been a quarter.
It has. If
It's
you
been
can
a
believe
quarter.
that.
I
It's
know.
been a quarter.
Time flies. It was a year since I first came on this show with Sundown at Sam's.
Wow.
And that went so nicely. We were like, yeah, you were very generous. You're like, put yourself on the calendar and tell me what we're going to talk about. So you trusted me, and I appreciate your trust.
Hey, brother, we love you, man.
And as of course, as the calendar works, Sundown at Sam's coming right back up again.
Wow.
Yes, everyone starts hearing about this time of year, but for me, it's the bookings in January when I'm reaching out to musicians. So once that's done, that's work, and then once that's done, I'm really excited. And so we have 3 coming up this season again.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Sundown at Sam's is an outdoor music series at the museum.
Okay.
The Sam Houston Memorial Museum. And if you go in, everyone knows the duck pond. But if you keep driving by it, you go over this tiny little bridge, and then you kind of take a turn. And right there at the turn is this little store. And the Steamboat House is just kind of
right here
off there a little bit. And if you look in the back, and I didn't for like 15 years.
Okay.
But if you look in the back, there's a stage.
Yeah, there is a stage because they have the blacksmith section, and then I think I have been to it.
Maybe.
And I
Maybe, because there was music.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love me.
So we've been doing this as our 4th season.
Okay.
And so literally, you're much more observant than I am, because it took me 15 years to realize, oh, wow,
I'm
there's a stage.
hypervigilant.
You must be.
That's not true, but I tried to be.
I completely oblivious to it. And so anyway, we kind of worked together. So they've really spruced up the grounds and the stage there. And so we have 3 nights in the spring, and of course it's outdoors, and as long as the weather is good, and we always, we never take it for granted, and
weather dependent.
Exactly. We move it indoors, actually, if there's rain. But, you're always hoping for outdoors. And then the sun goes down behind the trees, behind the stage, as you're watching the music.
Oh, nice.
And so it's lovely. And you can sit down, bring your lawn chairs, bring a blanket, bring a cooler. No glass bottles. That's our phrase.
But
no glass bottles.
Can we have brass cups?
Brass cups. Brass cups, as we were discussing before.
No mule.
No mules.
I mean, we are a don't ask, don't tell, don't pursue facility. We just no glass bottles. No glass bottles.
That's
and,
easy.
Anyway, there's food and drink also available for sale in the back. Sam's tables out there, and Delmy's Pupusas. And so we have 2 artists each night. First one starts at 6:15, then we change over around 7:15, 7:30. Goes to about 8:45. Of course, you can come and go. So this year, first concerts, they're all Thursdays.
Okay.
First concert is March 19th, right after spring break. We've got a bluegrass band and a gospel band.
Oh,
so this is gospel bluegrass, and we've got like 12 people coming over from Cold Spring.
Oh, cool.
I actually wrote the museum director. I'm like, can the stage support
12 people? Yeah, you're
12
saying that,
people
and I'm like, we're going to be real close.
It's going to be cozy. Cozy, I think, is the
That's a good cozy,
It's going to be
snug.
extremely cozy. Anyway, so that's going to be wonderful. And then 3 weeks later on April the 9th, Zach Aaron and Cat Fife. Zach's a country artist. He writes his own material, kind of old school, not old school like Conway Twitty is old school, but kind of traditional, not Florida, Georgia line, more modern.
You escalated so quickly from Conway to...
I mean, we were just going to the
somewhere in
extremes
the
here.
middle.
He's more.
Lower middle? Right.
He's more like,
whatever.
Like Randy Travis.
Okay.
On the other hand, he's more in this
All right.
just like me and my guitar kind of deal. Anyway, so that'll be April the 9th, and it's kind of a country Americana night. April the 30th is 3 weeks after that, and we have blues and R&B.
Okay.
Donnie Taylor and Tony Henry. These artists are all within an hour drive, and in fact, they come from Huntsville, Conroe, Cold Spring, Crockett, Cleveland, and one other place I can't remember.
But within an hour.
Somewhere within an hour.
Some small place within an hour. I lost track of my list.
That's all right.
It's okay. Well, you named the closest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're all just that close.
That's awesome.
And so anyway, it's going to be there. I've listened to them all. They're going to be great, and so I'm always excited to be able to do this, and the museum, kind of.
So you're telling us information. Is it on the interwebs to find?
It is.
Is it Facebook? Is it a website?
It's both because
Okay.
the museum has like a marketing
Okay.
person who puts stuff out. So there is. So if you type Sundown at Sam's into the Google,
Okay.
chances are it's going to come up.
Okay.
There is a page for it.
Is it for free?
It
Or
is for free.
It is for free. Because that's my
Completely free.
favorite price.
No, that is an excellent price. Yes.
It's very affordable.
Yes, it is extremely affordable.
So I can show up with my snacks, but I don't have to because y'all have snacks.
Exactly.
Bring my kid, bring my little chairs.
That's what I'm talking about. You
I'm
can
here for
park
it.
like maybe 100 yards away.
Well, because you can park, I'm sure, at the, I guess it is museum parking, but it's not. What is it, the Don Walker?
You can park at the Walker Education Center, or you can actually park on the street. So you can park on the
Okay.
street because it's after 5. So you can park on the street. Starts
In the
at
avenues.
Exactly. Park on the street and just right down the hill. You're right there, and so it's a piece of cake. So
I love
it's,
that.
It's
Okay.
really nice. Yeah. No, it's so we get a nice crowd out, just a nice fun evening. Usually the weather's pretty nice, and we just hang out,
And
chill,
enjoy.
have a good time.
That's kicking
That's
off.
why I love this town.
Already in April? That's
March.
March.
March 19th.
That's next
We
month.
moved it up a little
Yeah.
bit.
Wow. You think about March. That we're right around the corner. I mean, we're just
March is this
3
weekend.
weeks, 2 weeks away, almost 2.5 weeks away.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Goodness.
Yes.
Boy, where does time go?
We have 2 birthday, non-birthdays happening in the greater Grant family as we move into
Happy
March.
unbirthday.
Well, I don't know if it's an unbirthday. I think of it as a birthday, not birthday.
Do tell.
Okay. So, first, my nephew, Aiden,
Mm-hmm.
turning 18.
That's my stepson's name.
Aiden is a very popular name in that kind of cohort.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's turning 18 quite soon. He has a birthday, not birthday. Within the next week, he's turning 18.
I don't understand that birthday, non-birthday.
How would you have a birthday, not birthday, within the next week? You were born on?
Oh, okay. I'm there. Leap year.
You were born on leap year.
In my head, I was like, but how is it that without being an unbirthday?
That's what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
That's right. So his birthday technically is every 4 years. So he's going to turn 18, but
he's not.
he has a birthday, not birthday. That's
Okay.
right.
All right. So he's.
That's right. Still a
How
big
does
deal.
that work?
I mean, I think technically when you go for your driver's license, you're still 4.5.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't get a driver's license until you're like 70.
Yeah.
That tracks.
That's what I'm
Is
saying.
he a good driver
I don't.
for
he's,
a 4-year-old?
He's well, even for an 18-year-old, I don't think he's been learning yet.
Oh,
You know how the youngs do it. They take their time.
No, I don't.
Yeah. No,
I
they
forget
take
that
their
I'm
time.
not a youngin' these days.
No,
Oof.
you're a millennial, right?
Yeah.
Amber alert. Yeah.
I saw like fuzz.
No.
We were having a conversation about this yesterday, my sister, or not my sister. Who was I? I was talking to somebody, and they were talking about Gen Z?
I can't keep track of the gens.
I was like, I'm in that law, because I don't want to claim millennial. There was like this blank space that I really think from like 80 to like 85 shouldn't be considered millennial.
Why?
Because I don't fit into the millennial mold. I just don't fit into that, like the mold, like
Cool kids.
Yeah, the cool kids. I don't fit into that cool kids mold. But I don't know how to. I don't
I'm
know how
like,
to
be
describe-
careful
I
here,
was,
sir.
I was having a conversation about this with somebody once, and I was like, I'm not really into that or into that or into that. And he goes, "Aren't you a millennial?" I was like, "What age is that?" And they were like 80 to something or whatever. And
What is it? Is it 80? I don't feel like it is.
You didn't listen to the Backstreet Boys as
No.
a kid growing up?
All right.
Green Day. I mean, maybe once in a while.
Dude, I've been to
But
a Green Day
I
concert.
like them, but I just I don't know. I woke up on a weird side of the bed, and like, I don't want to say I was forced, but I started working when I was 14, like full time, and I'd never slowed down, and so I missed out on a lot of like I don't want to say it negatively, but I missed out on like a lot of kid things and fun things growing up.
So
Is 1981 to 1996.
Okay, yeah. See, I feel like 81 to like 84 shouldn't be in there.
I mean, I kind of agree with you.
There's a lull period in there. I'm not saying because of me. I'm just saying we had a conversation a couple years ago about this with
Do
somebody.
you identify more with a Gen Xer?
I don't even know what that is.
1965 to 1980?
No, I don't. And I don't identify with a millennial. So there's this weird period.
You're a man without a generation. I'm sorry.
That's all
Taylor
right.
and I both feel sorry for you.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
one day you'll grow up and be a millennial.
I don't think so. I kind of like where I'm at. So
We can just all agree that we're better than Gen Z.
What is
them children.
Gen Z's this go around, right? That's
No, the newest is Gen Alpha.
so
Is
weird.
I can't
2013 to 25. I'm reading because I don't know.
No,
This is for another Nooks and Crannies. Like in the next 3 months, come back with like a whole report on the generational mold.
So what's funny is that for me, the generations are a little different because as an educator, so I have taught every high school class since the class of 1987.
Wow,
And
that's cool.
Yes, and I have taught
That's stressful.
at least one class for every year since 1985.
So you've seen all the different trends.
And so you
the-
agree the millennial class is like.
I mean, they're fab. They're fantastic.
I love when you lie
That's
to me.
Well, no, I mean, I love my students generally, and that hasn't changed over
Yeah.
the years. But the lingo changes. So I don't think millennial. I think the generation where oh snap came in.
Yeah.
Or-
Or bummer.
or-
That was one.
Yeah, bummer goes
Psych.
Way
much further
back,
back.
yeah.
Psych was a thing when it came in. I remember when Word came in.
Word.
Right. So that's like, to me, that's like, okay, that's one generation. This is the next generation. And then mid
So what's
is
this
a thing.
generation? 6, 7.
Sup, bro?
Um,
Bro. Brother.
The one before was doing it 100. That was the doing it 100 time.
I
And
think
now
that's whenever I was not in the world.
I missed that one.
Yeah, I mean anyway, they responded to that, and then they don't respond to it as much anymore. And mid is not getting the same kind of traction. So I'm a man without lingo right
Okay.
now.
Here's
But
the
anyway,
one.
I tried to keep track.
Taylor
of
and I
it.
have had this conversation. Here's the one. Let's go.
Get out.
Can we stop with that?
No,
Okay.
I
No.
think we need no, absolutely not.
We always
to-
need that kind of motivation.
We need that kind of
But
motivation.
anyways, let's go.
That's
So-
how I feel every morning.
I'm disappointed that you haven't asked about the second birthday, not birthday.
Oh.
You
We're about
did
to move
You
in.
did the easier of the two, and then you just
Squirrel.
squirrel with the millennials, and then I'm just over here waiting.
We're bringing it back.
Okay.
The second birthday, not birthday.
Second birthday, not birthday, March the 1st.
But there's always a March 1st, though.
There is always a March 1st.
I was like, I'm not falling for that one again.
No. But this one is every 7 years. My nephew is every 4 years because of the leap year.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to a certain degree of maturity,
Okay.
then you count birthdays you count your age in dog years.
I was going to say, so we only have a birthday every 7 years.
You count your age.
Technically, you would have a birthday more often if you were doing dog years.
Well, I mean, I'm just the world has already established that dog years are 7 people years, and I'm just
For
going-
1 year. So that means she would
Exactly.
be
every 7 years she adds a dog year.
Okay.
So you do your age in dog years.
Okay. See, for me, my head. See, and this is why I wasn't good at the math.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like, we'll have a whole conversation about that. But
It's
to me, I'm like,
complicated.
so 1 year, if a dog turns, for every 1 year is 7 years. So that means in human years, you would be like a year and a half, a fourth. I don't know. Yeah, math.
That's what I'm saying. But when my dad turned 91, I'm like, Dad,
That's a lot of dog
you're
years.
13 in dog years.
That's a lot of
or-
math.
That's a lot of dog years.
It's a lot of dog years, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice way to call your dad a name.
Nonagenarian. Nonagenarian.
non-generic.
Nonagenarian, which is someone in their 90s. You got to put the in there. Non-genarian.
Nonagenarian.
Non-generic.
And then a
The way-
centurion is 100 plus, right? Centurion. And a super centurion, is that like 110 or 120?
150, 160.
We're not getting that one.
Quick fact, the oldest person to ever live, Guinness World Book of Records. I was infatuated with age back in the day. Now I'm not so much. I think it was 126, Frances Calumet or something. She was French. You remember that
No
one?
way.
I actually do. She was 120 something.
Can you believe that?
The number after the 2 I don't remember.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
She and she was French, and I do remember when she died.
Did she, was she, I have questions. I'll Google it.
Yeah.
There was a guy in Austin. I know we're going off. Another cat walked by the window. The new studio, we don't have squirrels. We have cats that walk by the
Cats,
window.
yeah.
But there was a gentleman, awesome man, Richard Overton, in Austin, Texas. And Mr. Overton would sit on his porch every day. 112 years old. This guy he drove until he was like 108. Still
That's
great.
stressful.
No, he was still good and could walk. And every day he would sit on his porch, and people from the community loved him. And also, he was a World War II vet. And so they did the flight, where they take the vets and they fly them and they get to experience. It was really cool. But Mr. Overton, a lot of people got to know him, and a friend of mine became friends with him. He was friends with if any of us, we could just walk by and he would you go to his porch, he welcomed everybody.
Because he couldn't tell anybody apart at that point.
And at some point, I remember my friend telling me, she goes, some days he would have a line of people standing waiting to talk to him, and he loved it. He would smoke a cigar every day. He would have a little tonic, if you will, in the evenings, and he would eat a scoop of ice cream. He said that was his keys to longevity.
It's like the lady who was like, oh, yeah, I drink like 6 Dr. Peppers a day, and that's my... And I'm like, oh, my gosh.
Oof. But I think he passed, I think, at 113, and it happened quickly. Like, he was in still pretty good health, and then within like 3 months, just like out of nowhere. So that's a good life, though.
Fun fact. From about the age of like late 20s, 30 or whatever, until your maybe early 90s, your chances of death increase exponentially with age. Yes. But once you get to be a teenager in dog years,
okay,
then those chances do not increase. They level off. They're still, higher than yours and mine, but they don't increase anymore. It goes swoop.
So that doesn't go up as you get. That's weird.
It does go up dramatically until you hit that.
And then it plateaus.
Like 80 something or what? Or is that what you're talking about?
Early 90s. Somewhere in the early to mid 90s. But once you're a teenager, like
does
you're
it
a well-established
bump back up at? Wow.
And believe it or not, the scientists have a theory for this.
Okay.
And the theory draws on electrical engineering.
Huh.
Is that wild? That is wild.
That is wild.
So it's like if you look at a graph, you're like, okay, maybe like 8%, and then all of a sudden it's like 8, boom, 15, 20, 35, 40, 50, 60, 70, and then it just levels off at 70, 77, something like that, right?
I mean,
although higher, but
8% is actually per year that you're already in your 90s. It'll probably about 91 or 92 when your chances are 8% that year. So, I mean, maybe late 80s, but I would think early 90s. So it's never like, you had it a little bit more elevated than that.
I feel like when you hit a certain age, you're like 100% going to die.
Yeah.
In my brain.
Probably like 140. You're probably
100%
140
dead.
looks pretty
bleak.
Pretty grim.
But I mean,
I'm so bad at math. My percentages. See, like I'm good at what I do, but
Taylor does not work at a credit union, by the way. So just for anybody,
hey, I am full disclosure. I tell people I'm like always triple check my math. I will explain how I got to an answer because I am a little dyslexic. So I'm always pretty bad about like transposing numbers. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I love questions.
I mean, that's why God invented calculators.
That's it.
And put them on a device we have with us all the time.
Well, there is a lot going on. I know highlighting the Sundown at Sam's and looking forward to those events. I love, Darren, when you come on because we have like really good conversations about things that I'm like, yes, this is the kind of stuff I want to talk about on this show. Literally, I mean it seriously because I love to talk about just.
He's so excited not to talk about dogs. He's like, oh gosh.
No, I love doing this every day, but I really enjoy when you come on, Darren, because it sparks some really fun conversations and really gets you to think. And that's what we want to do with the show. We want to have fun and entertain people. We want to lift people up and encourage them, but we also want to get people to think sometimes. I think it's important, especially you as an educator. You think about the importance of just constantly learning. There's something fun about learning. There really is. There
is, and being able to kind of ping from topic to topic has value, I think, because it just kind of keeps you agile, in a sense. And then, aging is something that I've spent a little time studying, actually. So, I bring a little
I thought you were going to say doing, because that's how I felt. I'm like, aging is a little something I do every day.
Well, so here's another fun fact. In the last, year and a half, I've been aging more than most. So it turns out that some other scientists, what are you going to do with them? Scientists.
They never agree.
They're always studying things. But anyway, so these scientists got into the blood and did whatever, and they learned that there are 2 bursts of aging. People do not age at a constant rate. But in your mid-40s, Rob.
I'm feeling it. I was talking to someone. I always say I literally was talking to somebody yesterday about this.
And all this time you're talking to yourself.
Yeah.
In your mid-40s and in your very early 60s, Darren, you have a burst of aging.
So I'm good for
a while.
10 years.
A while.
Does it start in your mid-40s or like 41?
No,
because I'm feeling it now, whatever it is.
No, you have it to look forward to.
Great. I was just talking to my cousin. It was 2 days ago, actually, and we were taught. I don't mean it like in a negative way. I know today's been kind of a rough start for me, and I don't want to sound negative, but I was talking to my cousin, and I said, and it kind of broke my heart. I said, in 15 years, and I don't mean this, I know it sounds bad, but I said, in 15 years or so, we're going to lose a lot of people in our family. You just know because of age and those kind of things.
Seasons
and stuff, yeah.
And we started talking about that, and I got kind of somber, but I found some joy because I was sitting there thinking, well, I talk to a lot of people that are aging in my family all the time, so I've had a really great life with them. And they're still full of life. Let me put it that way. We never know when that day's going to come, and so. But I was talking about that, and I said, man, you just think, and we started talking about just age, and like I remember when I was. He's my favorite cousin. We talk all the time. He's the one that got me into computers, into technology. He ended up moving to Redmond, worked for Microsoft for about 12 years. That was his dream job up there. And then he moved back down to South Texas. And
is this the same cousin that stole your Game Boy?
No. That's a different one. And we were talking, Darren, and he's 10 years older than me or so. And I was like, dude, are you 50 already? He's like, man, I'm 51. I was like, where'd that come from? And so we went into this whole discussion. As I drive is typically when I get on the phone and I have these long discussions because I get bored just sitting there driving I had to go down to broadcast a New Waverly game in basketball. And so it was an hour and 15-minute drive. So we were talking and we spent a considerable amount of time. And I told him this. I said, I don't know what it is, but for me, like as soon as I turned 40, I started like feeling this weight of slowness come over me. And I can't describe it. I said, the games that I broadcast, I used to have no problem like running up the stands and being full of energy I said, man, I have to like take breaks in between. And I said, I am just genuinely exhausted all the time. And people, well, it's because you go up. I've been going like this since I was 14 years old. The only thing that's changed is I've aged. Mm-hmm. So when you started saying, get ready, I was like, man,
let's go.
Is it what more is it gonna be?
This is why it's the A team right here.
Yeah.
Comments like that is why this is the A team.
Yes, thank you, Taylor.
Maybe don't hit me. I'll get you run across.
I've got a new perspective of. All right, let's go.
I was like, I need you to unclench your fist whenever I'm saying.
No, it was like, let's go.
Well,
yeah.
I think, I entered my 50s feeling like I was 20. Mm-hmm. And I exited my 50s feeling like I was 80. So, I mean, it does catch up with you. And I had maybe a little bit of a like advanced sneak peek because I'm a runner. And I have run since the year my Sharona came out, 1979.
Were you running to like, my
Sharona? Oh, yeah.
That's a fast pace.
Yeah.
I mean, I was not never super fast, but I
hit a
moments back in the day.
6.2 as a consistent speed yesterday on the treadmill on a 3 incline for like a solid 45 seconds, and I was like, I'm getting this running thing.
Solid.
Okay, jokes aside, that's a lot for me.
No, and that
1%
incline is pretty rough on me, so I feel you on 3. I couldn't do 3.
No.
I was like, don't quit.
No, I understand. But then what that also means is, I had a period of faster times, but then it's been slowing down ever since. So I've been like experiencing aging since I was like 30.
Yeah, but man, I'll tell you, and I mean this like in such a good way, Darren. Like when I see you, I'm like, I don't think of you as an older guy. I think of like, here's a guy who's full of life, who's full of energy, who's got a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of joy.
That's because I'm rocking this ponytail over here.
Yeah. It's the colors.
That's the colors.
But I mean that. I really do. Like I look up to you, man, because I said, here, as I continue to grow and I guess mature could be the word. I don't know. But I don't want to feel like I'm going down. And I don't mean that in a negative way either, but I feel like I'm like going downhill, and I want to turn that around. And diet and exercise and all that is something I need to do.
Going into my 30s, I was one of those people that always heard, your metabolism's going to quit at 30. And I was like, never. That will never happen. You guys just eat like crap, like me. Okay, so like 30, it hit hard. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I'm in better shape now, like at 33 than I was at 30. And I feel like that's not a big, but I was so unhealthy. I had a fast metabolism that like.
I didn't, yeah.
But I feel better now than I did then, because also maybe beer should not be part of your diet pyramid.
Like a major staple in
Right.
the diet. Yeah.
My same cousin, we were mentioning this, that my uncle is in his 90s. And
Wait. He is a teenager in dog years.
Teenager in
This
dog
is what
years.
we've been working toward.
And I love him. I mean,
Or like Autumn is celebrating her 30th anniversary of her 26th birthday.
I love
that.
I love my uncle, but I was talking to my cousin about this, and I said I don't mean this. I always say that because I don't want to be like, it sounds like, man, this guy's being a hater. But I told my cousin, I said, I don't mean to be rude about this, but I said, how is he still going? Because he is so high strung. He seems like he's always stressed out, and it's been that way ever since I was a kid. But I love him to pieces. But we'll go to Sonic. And, they read kind of fast sometimes. And he'll be like, slow down, slow down. I'm like, hey, chill, man. They're just trying to do their job. He's always on edge. And, like, if you were to pull his arm, it's tense. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. He's a rubber band.
Like, you think, like, hypertension, like all this tension. But he's still, and I started thinking, I said, you know what? He's never smoked and he's never drank. And that probably plays a huge role into a lot of his aging, to where he's, even with all that stress, it seems like he's still rocking and rolling.
I mean, smoking and drinking to excess definitely plays a role.
Yeah.
Now, being a type A personality also plays a role. It's definitely like scientifically linked to like cardiovascular issues,
Early onset,
high blood pressure, that kind of thing.
Is that like you're talking stress and all
as a
those kind
type
of
B
things?
Yes.
person, I'm fine.
But see, he would
Yeah.
be that like type A, but
Yeah.
but he's still. I mean, and praise the Lord, he's still rocking and rolling pretty good.
Well, and that's why you got to look at lots of people and general tendencies and stuff like that.
And you got to look at the bell curve. There's always outliers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't look at the belt curve because it's not too good these days.
That was a science thing. Did y'all hear it?
Yeah, no.
I paid attention at one point.
Taylor's been on fire today.
I've
in
got
all
my
these
little zingers.
subtle ways. Yeah.
I'm reading more. I'm actually playing a crossword game that's helping me expand my vocabulary right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
I used the word armamentarium
I'm
yesterday.
not going to add that one.
I used it in the right place, and I spelled it correctly on the first try.
Armamentarium?
Armamentarium.
Armadillo.
Also a good word.
What's the context of this word?
Wait.
Like,
Well,
where do you use it?
It was a work email, so we won't say anymore.
Okay.
But can you give us the definition and a sentence? Not the sentence you use, but a sentence.
Just like a boatload of like artillery and stuff to get things done.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a bad word.
Armamentarium.
Armamentarium. Yeah. You gotta.
I like
don't use it often, but then use it to maximum effect.
See, Taylor's really good on this show of our segues. And so there was another thing that you were talking about that we wanted to talk about today. We were
did.
talking about age.
We have been.
And Taylor didn't see your notes, so she can't segue into this. But she's normally the one. She does really good at
I'm
this.
panicking. I'm like, oh, God, what did I do?
We were talking about age and getting older. Well, right now we are hosting our 3rd annual Share the Love donation drive.
Yes,
This
you
ties into what you're going
Yes.
to talk about
Yes,
here in a
that is
moment.
correct. Yes.
Helping our senior citizens here in this community. We had a big turnout. By the way, we would encourage you. We need a lot more people to come today. We had a good day yesterday, but we're about half of where we want to be to bless the senior villages of Huntsville and also Parkview Place Senior Apartments and the Meals on Wheels, which is formerly the Walker County Senior Center that Stacy Law does such an incredible job running here in our community. But we're accepting items. You think about any items that senior citizens need. Big ones, toilet paper, paper towels, toothbrushes, toothpaste, lotions, shampoos, those kind of things. Bring those today, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Family Life Center across the street from First Baptist Church. We'll get that going here in about 20 minutes or so today, and we'll be out there till 6 o'clock. But that ties in to what you wanted to talk about.
Absolutely perfect, because in addition to things like, whether you smoke and what you drink and what have you, also companionship is quite important. And, as an academic, we like measure things and relate things. And one of the predictors of health in old age is whether you have companionship.
Be really kind whenever you have this conversation about companionship.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to mean people.
I'm like, oh, no, am I going to
mean-
die because I'm...
I mean, no,
Okay.
and plus...
You have those precious little
Right, because
animals, too.
Right,
Yeah,
if you
I got
get to the
dogs.
point where your age is measured in dog years, and then there's dogs there, and their age is also measured in dog years, it just creates an even greater affinity.
I'm about to cry. Like immediate panic. I was like, oh God.
Darren's going to tell me 40 years are gone.
But in fact, the senior center, which is right now called Meals on Wheels, really they provide both of those. And so I visited with Stacy Lull last week, and I've known one of the staff. They have 6 paid staff and then like a small army of volunteers, most of whom are themselves senior citizens, which is lovely. And so it's quite the operation, and it's quite the operation that's run on a modest budget. The phrase that I like to use is squeeze every drop out of the lemon.
Okay.
Yep, because the kind of funding that they have,
Takes creative thinking.
you've got to squeeze every little drop. Like when you make the Moscow mules, it's lime, not lemon, but
That's what I've been doing.
you're squeezing that's what you've been doing wrong. You just that small change and things
Okay.
will just turn around completely, but you squeeze every little drop. So in a sense, they provide both meals and companionship. And sometimes people, they will serve about 50 meals a day to people, hot meals, that come to the senior center and hang out, and they get the companionship, which is nice. And then they deliver another 150 meals. Some of those are hot within town. Some of those are like frozen, and then they'll deliver them to the outlying areas. And I have friends, a married couple, Alan and Sandy, who are definitely, they're senior citizens and definitely like community devoted. And I think they told me they've been doing this for years, and I think their route is 85 miles. So they get in the car together, and they go and they drive 85 miles around Walker County, dropping off these frozen meals. So it's
That's
really
far.
It's a lot of. You think about that.
Yeah,
right?
that's over an hour.
Plus you're stopping, and when you stop, it's not just.
Here's a drop and go.
Right. It's not.
It's not
that.
Amazon.
Right. No, you're going to stop, and the first part is just checking in. Like, are they there? Because sometimes
They're not there.
Yeah.
or they've fallen and they can't get up. Does that phrase mean anything to you?
There's a life alert.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Rob, you fallen? They've fallen and they can't get up.
I remember, yes.
Exactly.
That was the,
Life alert.
Yeah. And so
With the little.
the little deal. Right. Exactly.
Help, I've fallen, I can't get,
Yeah.
This is a big thing. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And so first they're just checking for that, and there's been times when
People fall.
They've scouted that out. And then they visit, they chat, a little bit of companionship, which is nice. And then if it's the frozen route where they're dropping off a week's worth of frozen meals.
A week.
A week's worth.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. No, it's quite. But you think you're doing about 200 meals between served there, hot meals that are delivered daily in town, and then the frozens. And so that's a big operation.
That's a huge operation.
When you think about that too, and there's things that go on that people don't realize, when the SNAP benefits stopped for a while, that affected those. I was talking to Stacy, and they were in a shortage, and they said we have a waiting list of people that need to get on this list. And we talk so much about our children being vulnerable. We've got to also talk about our elderly population. And you're exactly right. I had a chance, Darren, to volunteer to deliver meals for a while. This was during the COVID era when I first came to Huntsville. And those people, when you deliver those meals, you may be the only person that they see all week. And you're not supposed to go in the house, but if a 90-year-old lady says, "Can you come in and talk to me?" I'm going to go in and talk to them. And, there's obviously some ground rules and things, but there were several people that I connected with, and your heart goes out to them because they don't have anybody. You become their family and that person that they need that companionship with.
Yeah. It's really an important part of what they do. And that waiting list, because there was the SNAP thing, but then the Meals on Wheels has lost some government funding.
Yeah, they have.
And it's a significant amount of money, and so that waiting list is triple digits.
Wow.
Yes, it's also teenage and dog years.
The math's mathin'.
Okay. So anyway, so that is a significant issue that they face. So they can't serve as many people as they would like to, and then B, they absolutely maximize
What they can.
what they can with what they have, and in a sense you're leveraging because they're spending money to make the meals, but then it's volunteers who are delivering the meals, so just like you're getting half of the work for free, and it's a good it's like a win-win.
And it's a good deed, and you get to talk to people.
It's a win-win for everybody. So, in addition to your fundraiser, which is going on, and you've been promoting nicely, there's another big fundraiser. Actually, Meals on Wheels, their big fundraiser is coming next week.
Okay.
And that is Empty Bowls. Have you heard
Bowls.
of Empty Bowls?
I have vaguely know of it, yes.
Yeah.
Because of the beautiful poster.
Yes, they are doing a nice job of getting the word out, and it's been going on for a long time. But I do think that like the promotion or whatever has picked up lately, because last year I went and the numbers there were so many people in line. I just couldn't. I had to be at the university. I just couldn't.
This is over at the Win Home that they do every year.
It's
correct?
over at the Win Home, and I'm pretty sure it's on March the 4th, which is Wednesday.
Okay.
From 11 to at least 1, possibly later. And then I think you make a donation, and then they have all these soups.
And you bring your bowl.
And then, people have made bowls. And so if you were an extra donation, typically, you can get a bowl. And we had a couple of exchange students years ago, and they would go, in the months leading up to this, there's all these people making bowls, right? And, I mean, it's not like the kind of stuff you'd see in a, top-notch. I mean, there's a few, but a lot of them are just people making bowls, but it's sweet. So we bought our exchange students' bowl, and we still...
have the bowl.
It's sweet. Right?
I love that.
Yeah. It's really sweet. And so there's a bunch of different soups, homemade soups from this, that, and the other. Some businesses in town, some organizations, and so it's fun.
I love soup.
Good soup, a really good soup.
Yes, that's what you need right now.
Need some
soup for the soul.
Chicken Soup for the Soul. By the way, I never read those.
I read more than I could.
Yeah,
They had
I read Goosebumps. Those were the fun books.
That's a pretty.
I know what
millennial.
Goosebumps is.
But
That's
you
a
didn't read
millennial.
it, did you?
That's a
I read
millennial.
They were scary.
Look, I told her about this book, and all of a sudden she gets this angry face.
Well, because they're scary books.
And
I'm
I-
like talking about soul.
What about Hank the Cow Dog? Okay,
I read
let's
a lot
take
of
it
those.
back.
Okay.
But I'm.
He was the goodest boy.
I'm over here thinking you are both so millennial. That's what I'm thinking.
See,
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps was a little millennial-y.
That's what I'm saying.
Hank the Cow Dog, a little bit different. That was kind of in that cool period.
Well, you got to remember, I was a horse girl, so I was like all the Black Stallion books.
Okay.
Like that was
Oh
like
yeah,
my
Black Beauty.
Black Beauty.
Oh yeah.
I was like
That's a
I
classic.
was a
That's
weird horse
old
girl.
school. That's
Flicka.
Yeah.
Where the red fern grows.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll come out, be a part of both of these great events. Again, today, we're going to wrap up. We've got about 3 minutes here. I've got to head across the street and set up for the event coming up at 9 o'clock. But come out today, 9 to 6. Bring by those items. We'll be out there. We'll also be broadcasting on Spirit 94.3. We have volunteers throughout the day to come help us receive these items. And we want to be just a tremendous blessing again this year for the third straight year. Someone asked Darren and Taylor, they said, are y'all doing this at the assisted living centers? And I said, no, this is at apartments that are for senior citizens. They don't have assistants. They may have some resources like games and things like that, but when you think about someone that's in an assisted living center, they have the care typically. But you think about elderly that are living and senior citizens living at like the senior villages of Huntsville or Parkview Place apartments. Yes, those facilities, if someone was in dire need, they're gonna come through and help them. But these folks don't have those 24/7 resources at their fingertips. And when you think about, if I ran out of toothpaste or if I ran out of toilet paper or paper towels, we want to make sure that they have it. And to some of these folks, they're not getting them. We know that they're not. They're not getting those supplies because they don't have the money to get them. They run out. Let me put it that way. They run out. And this goes to help bless them and keep them going through the summer months.
I had a friend who has passed away some time ago now, but he got into Parkview, and getting into Parkview was a big deal, and it was a game changer for him because he really didn't have a stable situation beforehand. And afterwards, I would come by on my bicycle, right? Because I had a back by that little path behind City Hall.
Yes, sir.
And I would run into him sitting in his wheelchair, just kind of basking in the sun. And he looked so peaceful. And knowing the challenges that he had faced going up to that, being able to be in Parkview, and he didn't have lots of spare cash sitting around for this, that, or the other, but being able to be in that stable environment and being out there so peaceful, just sitting in the sun in his wheelchair, and it was really heartwarming. And I'd stop, how you doing? We'd chat for a couple minutes on the way. It was really heartwarming.
I feel like people are very much plants sometimes. Like my best friend tells me all the time, she's like, I'm like, oh, I'm stressed out, and she's like, have you touched grass lately? And I'm like, no.
It was, and
just sit in the sun.
For him to have that peacefulness was, especially knowing a little bit about what had come before that. It was one of the most heartwarming parts of my day. I was on my way into work, and I'd see him. We'd chat a little bit, and he'd be basking in the sun. And so Parkview is just like Meals on Wheels, and y'all on my good list.
Yeah, well, great. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all. I know a little bit of a shorter show today, but some really important topics that we covered. I know we have a lot of fun and get to hang out, but we did cover a lot of interesting things and a lot of really important things. Come out to Empty Bowls, too. That'll be taking place soon. Angela and the staff over there, they do such a great job at the Win Home. So please stay connected to our community. And we couldn't stay connected if it wasn't for great foundational support of this program from folks like Taylor and Walker County Federal Credit Union. They're one of our sponsors for the Share the Love campaign. Taylor, real briefly, we've got about a minute. Just anything going on. Congratulations. Very successful member appreciation last week. I came by and got some ice cream, so thank you.
The ice cream, the snacks, the trinkets, and the toys. I think if anybody comes by, I think we still have a few of those to give out. We are just rocking and rolling. We are in a busy season right now. People trying to set up their direct deposits with tax season. We can do that. We can do pretty much one-stop shop. Lots of people looking at buying new cars. So our rates right now on that are as low as 4.49, which is pretty fantastic for a new
really
car. We can do up to 72 months in some cases. A lot of people refinancing. A lot of people doing consolidation loans. Got a couple new land loans in. I mean, we're rocking.
And you still have someone over there that we need to get on the show that we haven't disclosed yet. But you can meet him if you just go in and say hi.
Hi.
He's coming soon, though. We got to get him on the show.
We got to get him here.
Yeah, but it's going to be hard to follow. Darren Grant, everyone.
I have been waiting for you to say like that.
I've been waiting for that the whole time.
It's Darren Grant, everyone.
We needed him to come out of his funk just to say that, just in time.
I was saving the best for last, so.
It's great to be here. Always enjoy being on this segment, and it's great to be with the A-team.
That's it. Well, Darren, thank you, brother. Good to see you, man. I appreciate you
betcha.
and your friendship. Good man here in Huntsville, and has made such a positive impact for so many in our community. Thank you. And you made a positive impact on this show, so appreciate you, brother.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Taylor, thank you. That'll wrap it up for Taylor and Darren. I'm Rob Hipp reminding you this morning we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other, so please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. I promise somebody out there today needs you. Till then, good morning, Huntsville. God bless. We'll see you back tomorrow, Thursday. Jason Bay joins us. We'll have a great show at 7:30. Have a good one. See you guys.
See you next week.